Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kenny Wallace Show. Now in podcast form, too, on iTunes and Spotify. Hey, the Herminator doesn't want you to, go up the road without hearing what I had to say. What'd somebody say? Somebody said, boy, that Kenny Wallace sure does like to hear himself. And I'm like, right. I was born hyperactive. I seek attention. Not really. I guess it's the way I break things down and the way I talk. Maybe I'm different than everybody. I don't know. It is true that I'm messed up. So it's not important for any of you to tell me how messed up I am because I already know it. Hey, I saw this deal, though. It says, the people that are off-centered, they're the best ones, right? The ones that try to act perfect, that's a lot of pressure. All right. You're saying, Herman, what the hell are you going to talk about today? Well, we're going to give it a go. We're going to talk about, oh my God, listen to me. I sound like Chris Rice, my buddy from Virginia. Instead of what are we going to talk about, we going to talk about. I took some shortcuts there. One thing about me is I'm worldly. Felix Sabatis once taught me that it's a feather in your hat to be worldly. You can hear those accents come out in people from Ohio, New York, Tennessee, and in Virginia, they skip words. So instead of what are we going to talk about today, we're going to talk. So that was for my buddy Chris Rice. He runs Colleague Racing. He was my crew chief, and Colleague Racing is a great team in the NASCAR series. We going to talk about what the hell is Tom Brady doing? When is the right time for these athletes to retire? And boy, am I loaded down with opinions on that. My brother, Rusty Wallace. Herman, why do you got to say my brother? Is that name dropping? No, because some of you might not know my brother's Rusty Wallace. When I worked for Fox Sports, they said, always assume it's a new viewer. So I'm assuming you don't know everything. So I guess my 15 years at Fox Sports. Yes, my brother Rusty said, Herman, get it out of your system. If you keep going in a sport that you shouldn't keep going in. So here's what's happening to Tom Brady right now. Tom Brady is one of the greatest football players of all time. I really do think he's the best quarterback of all time. Obviously, you're going to go, well, no, Fran Tarkenton was, or, whoever it was, playing for the San Francisco 49ers, Joe Montana, whatever. But the bottom line is his stats are the best. But I believe Tom Brady is now tarnishing his legacy. And I think Tom Brady is so famous. When people become so famous that you can't tell them anything, you start surrounding yourself with yes people, right? Hey, Tom, yeah, right, Tom. So let's talk about Tom Brady for a little bit, and then we'll go to race car drivers that should have retired, but they just can't because, I guess, for the love of the sport. But Uncle Rusty, that's what my daughters called my brother, Rusty Wallace. Rusty says, Herman, they got to get it out of their system because Rusty said, I retired at 50, but I should have went to 52 because I was working for ESPN, and it was just like, what the hell am I doing? See, when you're an athlete, you're big time, right? Then when you go on TV after you're done, it's kind of like, oh, man, I'm really a race car driver. What the hell am I doing on TV? That's the way I felt. I felt empty. So I think Tom Brady is sacrificing his whole damn legacy in his career. If the stories are 50% true, he's given up his marriage so he can be in the locker room because I'm a football player. Okay, Tom, you're great. You're the greatest, Tom. We get it. But this is looking ugly, man. Do you answer to everything? No, you can't. But like I said, if the stories are 50% true, he's one of the most. I'm sure if you Google it right now, because Google tells you every damn thing, that Google tell you about you. So if you're not sure of yourself, Google yourself. They tell you about you. Brady is just like, it's all the rage. It's all the talk. You remember it's that song, people love it when you die, give us dirty laundry. got that bubble-headed bleach blonde. She comes on at 5. Tell you about the plane crash with a gleam in her eye. So Brady, to me, Brady's the best, but, you got Deflategate, and now you got the marriage thing. But, here, I got an old saying. Whenever you're on top, all they see is your ass. Brady's been on top his whole damn career, right? I mean, from the first game in the NFL, he wins the Super Bowl, and he doesn't know. Tom doesn't know failure. Now, he's going to give you a lot of great quotes because he's mentally strong. But, and this is not I told you so. I thought him coming back this year was awesome. But, damn, this would be the comeback, right? Because they just lost to the Carolina Panthers, worst team in the NFL right now. I mean, I think so. You might have somebody you think's a worser team because you're pissed at your team if they're not winning, but it's all looking bad right now. So I picked on Tom Brady enough. Here's what I'd have done. I'd have stayed married. I wouldn't have come back. I was going to say he screwed everybody every which way. People have, paid enormous amount of money for the last football, the last jersey, and he comes back and goes, I'm just kidding. So people don't like when athletes retire ugly. They want to remember their heroes the way they remember them. When you look at what Albert Pujols did in baseball, buddy, he did it right. He come back to St. Louis and he put the numbers up and he helped them win games. And Albert said it best. He said, the mind will play tricks with you. The mind says, keep playing. And the body says, no. And I guess Tom knows all about food and he eats the greatest food of all time. And, Tom knows all the greatest foods. He keeps his hair, brown and black all the time and he doesn't age. And I think that's wonderful. But we know that's not true. So Tom is messed up. And, even if you don't think he's messed up he messed up, I think he did. That's my opinion. I think Tom Brady's a hero in some aspects, but he's tarnishing his legacy by, one bad decision after another late in his career. All right. So that's my deal with Tom Brady. Now, let's go to the racing part.